Hi guys, my name is Ashley Nicole, and this is my co-host,
Shay Rachelle.
and we are bringing you an all-new episode of Beyond Incredible. We're here with Jacques Berge. Did I say it right?
Berge. Yeah.
Berge.
It's all good. Yeah.
And he's here from the Windsor Power Group. We're going to read a little bit first. We're going to ask him some questions. We are going to read a little bit about their business plan. But first of all, Shay, how was your holidays?
Wonderful. How was yours?
It was good. How was yours?
Thumbs up.
Santa was
Thumbs
good to
up?
me.
Your mic is off.
My
Turn
mic
it
is
on.
off.
Yeah, turn it on.
Santa was good to you, which
Bonjour.
reminds me, I
Good.
forgot your present
Santa was
today.
good to me. You forgot my present?
It's okay. I'll bring it. I liked your present. You know me so well, though. The Epsom salt.
Yay!
I was like, yeah, this girl
I was
really
like, it'll
knows
help you
me.
relax.
Because I do this thing with Epsom salts. I'll dump half of a bag in the bath. You're only supposed to use 2 cups, but I'll use half a bag because
Why
I'm an
not?
extremist. And then I'll fall asleep in the bathtub.
Yeah.
You know, fall asleep after work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it
Exactly.
relaxes me.
That's how you
So
roll.
Shay knows me that well. So thank you. I
You're
really do
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So okay, so the Windsor Powerhouse. Windsor Power Group. Jeez, powerhouse.
You're a powerhouse.
You are a powerhouse by the looks of this, but the Windsor Power Group. We're going to read a little bit of your business plan. Sound good?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so when I say we, I don't mean us, I mean him. So this is what we've got here. So it says, dream big, set goals, and take action. We want to touch your heart, move your soul, inspire new actions for you to discover your power. The Windsor Power Group exists to promote personal and professional development in Windsor, Essex County. We consist of local coaches, educators, community leaders, business leaders, entrepreneurial leaders, and healers, speakers, trainers, and entertainers. We are a community of powerful, like-minded individuals based on integrity, who are also committed to a life of our design and willing to stand for others in their success. We will carry the conversation of what is possible, how good can we have it, we deserve to be happy, healthy, and successful, and for our heads, hearts, and homes to be aligned. How true is that, eh? That's so true. The Windsor Power Group will host workshops and meetups in the areas of goal setting, romance, fitness, home and physical environment, health and image, recreational and fun, career service purposes, personal growth and spirituality, integrity, acknowledgement, family and friends, forgiveness, and other spiritual topics. Now, I know we can all benefit from learning how to forgive, eh?
Yeah.
Because we can say it, but actually forgiving, it's
Yeah.
like 2 completely different things.
For sure.
There will also be a monthly speaking series involving local heroes, life coaches, healers, community leaders, corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and professional speakers. There will also be an opportunity for anyone to speak who wants to take on their fear. We all have a story to share, and we can all learn from one another. There is a power in vulnerability while facing your fears. The talks will be based on the following. Who are you? If we took away your name, who would you be? What you do. Does it express who you are? Why do you do it? Does it fill you up emotionally? What have you overcome in your life? This is your reference, not to be judged. What lessons can you offer? How could you save another time, money, grief, or heartache? What is the future you are creating for yourself? And what do you see as the future for Windsor? Okay, and it says, we celebrate and acknowledge success within a community that stands for and delivers support by leading the conversation and empowering those committed to their health, happiness, and success. To enter the community dedicated to the people, to take on their dreams and aspirations through collaborating resources, developing talent, creating leaders, celebrating small and big wins people can identify their passion and purpose. By building this community, the Windsor Power Group will provide a safe space for people to share their stories, network, and enhance their leadership skills while contributing to others' success. We all have fears, and it's in our story that we can discover our power. Using this format, we can easily share.
Should I clap? I feel like
That's great. It's very inspirational.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm reading it, and I want to be a part of this, you know? So it sounds really cool. So we have some questions for you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So who are you? Who are you? Tell us who you are.
So, they say that we all have the answer. It's a matter of getting quiet enough to hear ourselves. Mm-hmm. And what I got for myself is, through a bunch of different workshops, is, I'm a coach, I'm a connector, and I'm a creator. So I love to coach people. I love to connect people and resources, and I love to create results.
Yeah.
So, I just get a real kick out of it. For me, it's like playing, so it's fun.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now you're saying you want to get into this group. I kind of do too.
Yeah,
I do
it
get
sounds
involved.
so great.
Yeah.
I read it out there, and it didn't sound as good as when I read it out loud. Not that it didn't sound good. I don't mean it by that, but when I
Yeah.
said it out loud, I was like, yeah,
It's very powerful
This is
stuff.
powerful. So this is a powerhouse. Screw the power group. It's a powerhouse.
Yeah, here's the thing, we all have power, and we don't always get to have the conversation every day, and when you can be part of a community where you're in the conversation, it's just a natural conversation to have, and now you can just be around other people and you just get
Right.
lit up, right?
Right.
I just got a little
Absolutely.
tingle right now between the three of us,
Yeah.
just having that little bit of
For
spark.
sure. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
totally hear that.
what is the Windsor Power Group?
Yeah.
Power group.
Well,
I'm going
you-
to say group this time, not
Yeah,
house.
no problem. So you've kind of already answered. Just in reading, we've given an example. It's. I just want to build a community. I used to run sport teams. I used to run co-ed softball and hockey, and I was always the guy to bring people together. And I thought, how could I be of service to people?
Yeah.
What's something I can create that's bigger than me? That I'm going to enjoy and have fun and get to be able to express who I am, right?
Exactly.
And so I thought, why not create a group?
Yeah.
Okay, now can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of
Who
course.
are you if you take away your name? Let's ask you a question
Okay,
from
so this is
pod.
really cool. So from nothing, if I were to recreate myself in this very moment in the present,
Okay.
okay, who I am is the possibility of love, health, energy, and abundance. We had this conversation
Yeah,
earlier,
we were just
right?
having that conversation.
Yeah, love. Okay, if I have, as long as there's love in my life, I have a reason to exist. And
Okay.
there's love all around.
Now, how do you allow that love in, though? Like, how do you allow it in? How's that?
Well, usually it means
keep
to
it
be
simple.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
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 And my father always played offense, so it means you never had a time to speak because he was
Right.
always talking,
Okay.
right? But he never allowed himself to stop
Okay.
and then actually listen. So I think there's a lot of love in listening, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
And taking turns speaking and showing each other, taking turns. I'm looking at Alex back there. This is something that him and I need to work on. Listening to each other.
Yeah, when you can listen to someone, when you can respect them, that's you're showing them love,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. The health, as long as you have health, now you can
Oh,
generate.
yeah, for sure.
You can generate love, right? And
Yeah.
then energy from if you have love and you have health, now you have energy. Okay? And then once there's energy, now you can start to create
Now,
abundance.
this isn't the energy like get up and go, go, go. You're talking about like energy vibes, like positive energy and negative energy. Like,
yeah, it's all of it.
have you ever
It's
tried
all of it.
Reiki? Have you ever gone for a Reiki treatment? Look
I
at that.
have.
Don't
Yeah.
you just love it?
Yeah.
I go for Reiki on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just
There's
it's
something
like
else called
peace.
pranic. Pranic healing, which is
That's a new one.
it's similar to Reiki and with a little different twist, and that's really
Right.
neat too.
What's the
There's-
different twist?
Like,
How much more of a different twist can you get than Reiki?
well, even I've had three or four Reiki treatments, and they've all been different.
Okay.
So, but they're all unique, and depending on what you're walking in with,
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a different experience
Absolutely.
as well.
Yeah.
I've
So-
walked out feeling stoned, like just
the heck?
energy
What is
stoned.
this?
You have to try it. I'll
I know
get
about
you in touch
massages.
with
What
my
is
Reiki
Reiki
master.
and
I'll get
other-
you in touch with my Reiki
For
master,
sure.
and you'll leave and you'll be just out of it. Like I've gotten messages, I've gotten spiritual healing, I've gone into such a deep meditation that I felt like I
Wow.
was out of my body for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anything
It
that
was
sounds like
crazy.
sleeping, like relaxation, like you're sleeping, I'll do it.
Are you familiar
Yeah.
with the third eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heard about
So
that.
Reiki, for some people, you'll open up the chakras.
Yes.
Right.
And then,
I like that
and
word.
then it'll open up your third eye.
But if
Yeah.
your chakras are already open, then it's just
do you
it's
know
the
if your
receiving
chakras
because
open?
they test it first. Like they do a little test with a crystal basically and
Oh, like
a pendant,
crystals.
and they bring it
Okay.
over and they can see if your chakras open and what
Yeah.
energy you're pumping out. Right. So they test your chakras, and usually as it goes, your chakras become more open. Right. And when I went for my first treatment, only 2 of my chakras were open.
Yeah.
Now that I go on a regular basis, all my chakras are constantly open.
Wow.
Right? So it's nice, whether
Yeah.
it's bad energy or good energy coming out, they're still open, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So we were talking about events,
Yes.
right? You do monthly events?
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
So the first Wednesday of the month, we have our speaking series.
Right.
So we've had 3. The 4th one is coming up January 7th. And I've got Jimmy Graham, Chris Morrow, Rose Jabor. Those are 3 of our speakers. And they're just amazing people,
And who are
too.
they exactly?
Jimmy Graham is one of the top hypnotists in Canada.
okay.
He does, they talk about the people make them cluck like a chicken, and
Yeah.
Oh, no
those
way.
he does those kind of
Wow.
workshops, and he's an entertainer as well, and he does coaching. He's a real motivator. He's just an awesome guy. Chris Morrow, he's a gentleman who's done some extensive training and his own insightful work. He's gone through like ADHD and he's he's very responsible. He's got a business. He does coaching. He's just a great guy. And Rose Jabor is a healer. She's actually a Reiki healer as well.
Okay.
And she's just got a great way about her, and she does a real commitment to just serving people and having them.
Now, does she own White Feather?
That's Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Tracy's awesome too, and hopefully one day she'll be a speaker. And I actually invite the 2 of you to come out and be speakers as well, because I just want to acknowledge you 2 for what you're doing and your commitment.
Thank you.
And your contribution to Windsor, just with this show. This is amazing. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
you're going to make me blush. Thank
gonna
you.
right?
No, I don't even have any more questions. Why don't you ask us questions now? No.
Where are the events held, by the way?
So I've had 2 events in this room,
Oh.
which was really cool.
Yeah.
And I had amazing coaches, speakers, coaches, trainers meeting here where we talked about the events for 2015. So this room was jam-packed with
It is a great
amazing,
room.
powerful people.
It is a great room.
And we had one of our speaking events here as well. And but we're going to be at Ojibwe Parkway. We're going to be at Roseland. We've hosted an event at the WFCU. That was our first event. Actually, Ashley, who was on the show,
Yes,
she was our
Bergeron.
very first speaker.
Oh,
for the Windsor Power Group.
really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashley Bergeron.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
before we get any further, Shay and I have a special shout out. It's Mitch K's birthday.
Happy birthday.
We just want to say happy birthday to him. I'm not going to sing for you, Mitch. I'm apologizing right now. I'm not going to pop out of a cake for you, and neither is Shay, but we hope you have a wonderful birthday. He said he was 36. I don't believe him.
baby.
You look like you're 30,
baby
Kay.
face.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So happy birthday, Mitch. I hope you have a good day. Anyways.
Okay.
No, it's
Sorry.
awesome. Yeah, happy birthday. That's cool.
But you're a leadership coach as well, right?
Correct. Yeah, I'm. Here's the thing. It's really cool. I'm so blessed. When I go to my LinkedIn page and I go to my profile, and when I have people that give me shout outs and say this is what they acknowledge me for, I think I'm almost maxed out at the leadership. I've got over 97. People have acknowledged me in being a leader over 97 times.
Oh, wow.
So that's huge.
Congratulations.
Jeez, that's
And really,
awesome.
what that just means is I'm willing to have any conversation with anyone on any topic at any time.
Yeah.
And I have to make myself vulnerable. So the Japanese, there's a quote. What's the definition of life? And it means to stand up one more time than you've ever fallen down. And I've fallen down so many times I've lost track.
So it's like the quote, fall down 7, get back up 8.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. But you get stronger each time you get up.
Right.
Yeah, it really teaches you something every single time you fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then going back to what we talked about listening, when you can give someone honor, respect, and listen to them, and everything's available through communication. So I guess being a leader, it's simply about communication.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah, for
Absolutely. Proper communication. That's really important. Communication is a very, very important thing.
I know, right? We're looking at Alex. No, I'm just teasing. Just joking aside. But
Yeah, there's judgment too.
We shouldn't. We gotta stop. We do love Alex. We do love Alex. You're absolutely right about the communication, though. I find that texting, when people communicate over text messaging, why not just pick up the phone and say, hey?
I know.
That frustrates me, having a conversation over text messaging when you could just pick it up and be like, hey, how you doing?
Texting is great to set up a phone call.
Yeah.
And then a phone call is great to set up an actual meeting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
that's
a
true.
meeting is the best,
Yes.
right? Can I tell you something about judgment real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. So there's three things we do as a human being. We automatically judge, am I less than, equal to, or greater than this person? And that's because we want to know, am I safe around this person? Okay. Is this person, going to control me, or, what do I have to fear? And then the other side of it is, okay, is this somebody that can do something for me?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then is this just somebody I can have peace with, just be with? So you're never going to let go of your judgment. It's always going to be there.
Right.
But if you make yourself aware of those three things, am I less than, equal to, or greater than? And then where is that coming from? Is it fear? Is it because I want something or need something? Or is there an opportunity to work with somebody and build something with them?
Right.
Did we have this conversation already? Because I swear I just had this conversation with someone. It's so weird that you're saying
I think
this.
briefly on the phone we might have.
Yeah, it's
No
so
worries.
weird though. That's strange. Conversation. It's just great. I'm getting tingly now. It's like deja vu. So you said when the meetings were and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit more. Why don't you tell us about you used to be in the Navy, am I correct?
Correct.
So do you mind if we go into your past a little bit?
Yeah, not a
So
problem.
you were in the Navy.
Correct.
How long were you in the Navy for?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So
And I
did
just had a
you-
touch. I never saw combat, nothing like that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just got a lot of amazing training, and I got to live in Halifax and got to live in
Right,
Victoria,
yeah.
BC.
Yeah. So
Nice.
why did you choose the Navy exactly? Was there anything in particular?
When I was 18, I was looking at it. I'm a foster kid,
Okay.
and my foster father wanted me to go in,
Okay.
and it was because I don't want to say I was irresponsible,
You
and
needed
I don't
that
want to
discipline.
say I
though?
was selfish,
Yeah.
but there were just things that he knew that he couldn't teach me, and
Right.
there were things that he only wanted me to grow and be a better person. And
Exactly.
yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you feel like the Navy taught you those particular skills?
I'm telling you, boot camp is the longest job interview that's out there. It's 10 weeks because
Oh
there's
my
no
goodness.
guarantee of employment until
Yeah.
you've completed. And it's an amazing, amazing process. They literally they break you down and they build you up.
It sounds like
Yeah.
rehab almost.
Yeah, so it was
The Navy
positive for
rehab.
you? Positive
Yeah.
experience?
And you get to learn how to work with people.
Yes.
And you get to learn what's amazing about my experience, well, anyone's experience in the military, I think, is just the fact that you see the ads that say, we do more before 6 a.m. than most people do,
Yeah.
in their average day, and that those things do happen,
Wow.
So.
So
yeah,
what inspired you to do the Windsor Power Group?
When I spent the last 7 years in Toronto, and I was affiliated with and I still am, with a personal professional development company called Landmark Worldwide, and they're just an amazing training company. I've participated in other workshops, and hands down, they're one of the world's premier training companies to just take on your life.
Right.
And I started like a nonprofit where I would basically do connect and create events, and we would just bring people together and have socials. You remember in high school between class, like the best part was like that 10 minutes between class,
Yes,
right.
where you connected with people
Yeah.
and got to talk to them. I wanted to recreate that outside.
Right.
So I started hosting events in Toronto, and then we would have a premier speaker come out and share, who they are, what they do, and what can they offer to everybody else in the room.
Right.
So in Toronto, I was also part of Motivational Mondays. I was part of the Toronto Power Group, and then I've also done linguistic programming. I'm certified as a coach in NLP work.
Right.
And
NLP, what does NLP stand for?
neuro-linguistic programming, or
okay.
natural learning patterns.
Okay.
Right.
And then going back to, remember we talked about texting,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
and then a phone call, and then in person.
Yeah.
So you and I, our communication, even just the fact that we're all looking at each other and just
Yeah.
our body language, we're comfortable,
Yes.
right? That's a
exactly.
lot of NLP training.
Okay.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. Now, how long is you were saying the Windsor, I was just looking at your show with Mike Thomas that you did,
Yeah.
The Convergence Report. You were saying it's been here about 4 months in Windsor?
I moved back to Windsor 8 months ago,
Yeah.
and I've been in business, or I'm the sole proprietor of the Windsor Power Group.
Right. I was going to ask you too, are you affiliated with anybody else, or is this like a solo project?
It's a solo project, and
you
I'm
started,
open
yeah.
to other conversations, and we're just it's something. I can't do this on my own.
Yes.
And obviously, anyone out there, I would love to have a conversation with you. If,
Yeah.
other coaches or anyone that's just looking to build something for themselves.
For sure, yeah. And in a year's time, what do you hope to accomplish with the Windsor Power Group?
Oh, cool. Great question. Look at that, creating a future. So I'd like to have a pretty strong community base. I really want to get some results for people, and I want to have a structure where I'm out to promote local leaders, local area experts, right?
Okay.
So, and it's been great because there's a gentleman, Jason Carruthers here in Windsor. He's an entrepreneur, and he's done well for himself, and he's been brave enough to go on Dragon's Den twice.
Oh, good for him.
So actually, he and I are working on a little project where he's coaching entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right. So a year from now, I want to have a nice, strong structure where I have lots of local experts who want to share what they do, and we'll offer workshops for people. We'll have the speaking series so people can come out and get experience in sharing who they are and what they do, so that they can go out into the rest of Windsor and share with them. And there was a great article in Saturday's paper. I don't know if you saw it, around the two examples of, there was a young girl who's got a social work degree who stayed in Windsor for family, and there's another gentleman who works out in Alberta and flies home with his family.
No.
So basically,
This
I
was
think
yesterday's paper?
Saturday's, correct. I think they said 6,000 people between the age of 20 and 40 have left Windsor in the last few years for other work.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Actually,
Right.
I read part of it. I read part of it.
And I thought, 2 points to that. One, it's great when people get other experience. Like, for example, you're from out west, and so you bring all your experience from
Very
other parts
true.
of Canada, and you bring it to Windsor, right? So the one gentleman from, he's getting his tickets, his trades, his work experience, and at some point he wants to return to Windsor, and then, hopefully there'll be a job for him to come back to,
Right.
and then. Well, you're right. We don't know what the future in Windsor is going to hold, but
We wish the best for this place.
Absolutely.
right. And the other side of it is the other woman who, she's got a social work degree and she's got a child,
And she's working. Where was she working?
Yeah,
again?
she's got
not
2
working in the
jobs.
social.
Correct.
Like she's not
She's
working
not-
there because there are no jobs available.
Right.
So I do remember reading part of it, but I started getting angry, so I put it down.
Got it.
Cause
yeah.
for
Right? Yeah.
I know.
Like even Kijiji promotes jobs in Calgary. I'm like, what is this? Like,
Yeah, well, they come
Yeah.
to Windsor because they know there's people that
Yes.
want to work.
Yeah.
But I also think that's great because what it says about Windsor is there's hard-working people here,
oh, for sure.
right?
Well, I have 2 jobs as well, you
Yeah.
know, and because there is no other job, so I have this job and I have my other job, you know. Yeah, I work my butt off because there's only minimal wage jobs available, basically. You know what I mean?
You
So I
put
work
the
my
two together.
butt off at Subway and then here too. So it's just
But it's
and a
nice.
child, yeah.
In Windsor, though, at least you can still afford to have a place and have a car and live a life. and have
Absolutely,
time.
Yeah.
absolutely.
My last 7 years in Toronto, it was
expensive.
Hustling?
it's
Yeah.
hustling. Yeah, I had 2
Yeah.
jobs. I was, moving on the go. I was
Wow.
spending $1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom.
Exactly.
basement.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
My daughter's
And-
dad lives in Toronto, and he lives in a townhouse basically, and what they pay is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
My rent's pretty cheap. You know, I got to be honest. I've lived in BC. I've lived up north. I've lived everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And my rent here is probably way cheaper than anywhere else.
Yeah.
So what's really nice about Windsor is you can start a business here with not a lot of equity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because to do what I'm doing, even in Toronto, would cost me 3-4 times as much as
Yeah.
it cost me to start up here in Windsor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you have time in Windsor. We have time.
Well, we have time
Yeah.
anywhere. If you look at it,
Well,
all people have is time, and time is the most valuable thing that you could give somebody, right? Because you can never get that back.
No.
You
In
know?
Toronto, though, you're competing with 2.5
Everything.
million
Oh, my
people
goodness,
around
yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
true.
so we only have a couple of minutes left.
yeah, no problem. We're flying by.
on the show. So when is your next event?
So January 7th.
So, sorry, you
Yeah,
already
no
said
worries.
that. I do apologize.
And I'm creating a 90-day coaching program for the beginning of 2015,
okay.
and anyone's welcome to.
And what's it gonna entail?
Yeah.
Well, you get to take on anything you want in your life. We're going to look at the areas you spoke of. So we're going to look at the wheel of life, balance. Imagine just having 10-15% more of everything in your life. What could
It's
that?
not a huge percent, but it could be very,
Yeah.
very good.
Right, and then sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, just and consider that there's things that you want that you maybe haven't allowed yourself to want. So let's start making those tangible. Let's start getting some things in your life that could maybe allow you to be a little more self-expressed and have a little more happiness and a little more peace and take on a little more forgiveness.
For sure.
Check it out, Shay.
I know.
How much? What's your price?
Yeah, what's the fee?
Okay, great. So, well, no, and that's a very fair question because you can go online, you can read books, you can do all these things and spend a lot of money. So for 90 days, one person, $300. Okay, 2 for $500. And the reason 2 for $500 is 2 people coming in together. Now you have a little bit of more accountability.
Absolutely.
Right? Somebody to share your dreams with, because you may not necessarily let me know everything, but because you 2 know each other, maybe there's a little more that the 2 of you will get out of the a coaching program like
and
that.
And it's easy
together.
to lie to yourself too. It's easy to say you're going to do something and not do it.
Exactly.
You know,
just like a gym buddy, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I had the best gym buddy ever, and she was my workout partner for 3 years straight. She taught me everything I know in the gym, and I held her accountable, and she held me accountable. I moved to Windsor, and it hasn't been the same. I haven't even been to the gym in a year. I do have back problems, though. You know, I do have to have surgery before I go back to the gym, but...
Check out an osteopath before you have surgery. Go to an osteopath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I will do that. Well, thank you so much for coming on our show,
pleasure.
and I
Thank
look
you.
forward to talking to you more.
Yeah.
For sure.
So if anybody needs to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
Facebook is awesome. The WindsorPowerGroup.com. Facebook's really easy.
You have the page. It's the Windsor Power Group.
My website, correct.
website
Windsor
too.
Power Group and the website. And thank you. It's really been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And time.
I want to plant the seed too before we go. You seem to be very well informed and be really good at what you do. Are you looking to get into politics? I was very curious about that.
Look at that. He doesn't even know how to answer that.
Okay, so we all have
Windsor would
Did
do
you
well
say
with
stump you something?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
And there are things that I want to do for myself first.
Okay.
Yeah, I have responsibilities that
Absolutely.
I want to manage first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be rooting for you.
Look at you. Where'd that come from?
It's a good.
I had that up here, man.
That's
I'm
really
waiting.
good.
Yeah.
Just talking to you, you'd be really good in
good.
being a counselor or the mayor one day or something like that.
better
because
watch out,
we could.
No, Judy Wilkins is a friend
I
of
think
mine.
that the
He's
town could benefit from something like
for
that.
sure.
You know, somebody like
You
you.
know, I want to see Windsor win. Okay, I came back to this town because I love it.
Win is in our name, though. Win is in Windsor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Win City. That's Chicago, dear.
No, they
We're
say
Rose
Win
City.
No, they say Win City. They have them on the shirts. BB branded. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Entrepreneurship
they
is
did.
the
We're in
future.
Win City now.
Entrepreneurship is the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you
that's us.
so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And we will be talking to you soon. And for all you guys, we're going to have a lot of specials coming up in January and February. We're going to be talking a lot about mental illness and stuff like that, Down syndrome, all
getting
these things that
serious,
people don't really talk about these things. And I feel it would be important. It would be important
definitely.
for the awareness to get out there and for people to know where to get help. We did do that special a few weeks ago about men who have been abused and where to go. But we want to talk more about children being abused, women being abused, and all those topics. People with Down syndrome, people with autism, stuff like that.
We're getting huge in 2015.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's time to bring some more awareness out there. So.
Yeah. Okay.
We're doing a special stream today. Hopefully it turned out. If you guys want to leave your feedback on the comments
let
below,
us know.
please let us know how our show
Sponsors.
went, how the stream went, and everything like that. And if you're looking for family fun, January 1st, the Windsor Express is playing at the WFCU Center,
there.
and children are free. So you want some family fun? You're feeling a little hungover from New Year's Eve? Hopefully not. Go check out a game, and remember, don't drink and drive, guys.
No,
There
be
are
safe.
cabs running constantly. There's an app on your phone that you can get. Just make sure you take a cab. I think buses are running all night on New Year's Eve too. So
wonderful.
stay safe and stay huge. And remember, don't bully people.
Be nice.
With that.
Yeah, like us on Facebook, Beyond Incredible, Knockstrom Digital Media.
And you can
Love
check
Shay
out
Rachelle.
Shay's website, loveshay.com. Not Shay Rachelle, loveshay.com.
Shaniac.
Shaniac, yeah. We're all Shaniacs here. So thank you for
guys.
watching, and we will see you all next week.